Hello everyone, I'm here today with another process video, and these are more pictures from Portland. Yes, still working on Portland. Lots and lots of photos. I have a 2-page spread here, but this side is a 6x8, this side is a 4x8. I've already picked out the paper I want, I think, for this side, and then I picked up this vinyl sticker at, I think it was Multnomah Falls, in their gift shop, I think. So here, this is called Vista House, which we went there. This is where we're standing, overlooking the Columbia River there. So I have that. And then I noticed this plaque on the side showing that this is where we were standing. So I want to include that. And then I have these two pictures. I'm not going to use them both. They're very similar. One is just farther away. One is closer. I'm not sure which one I want. I kind of like the idea of the one that's further away because it gives you a longer view of the gorge. But I kind of like the close-up one as well because you get more detail in the little piece of land that's sticking out here. You can see a rock out in the middle of the river. You can see this outcropping. So I'm just not sure, but it'll be one or the other. I'm not using both. I don't need both in here. For this side, I think I also want to include something in some way where I can journal a little bit here. But I can't just slap on like a white piece of paper because this part is white. I think it would look weird, probably overlapping it. So I'm wondering if I could find some pattern paper in one of these matching colors and just kind of do maybe a thicker strip and then do white, or even washi would probably be okay. And I'm thinking I might want to pull out some of this orange because that's not a color that has appeared a lot in my album, and it would really make this stuff kind of pop off the page. Now, having said that, I don't know what other embellishments I have that are orange, that I have put in my little pouch of stuff for this. Doesn't mean I have to stick to exactly the stuff I put away or to put aside for Portland, but just nothing is coming to mind. I could go through my other stuff as well. Also, this sort of aqua color here is also an option. So I have some things to work with. I definitely wouldn't do the darker blue because I've already got this. So we'll see what happens as I go along. But that's kind of my plan as I start this today. So the first thing I'm doing is actually taking out my Portland bin here. And I will have my pouch or envelope of ephemera. I'll go through there. I have some stickers. Now there are some orange pieces in here. Ooh, like that one, You Are Here. That's very, very bright orange. I'm not sure if that's exactly the color, but maybe. There's another one here. Now that's got a city grid on it, so I wouldn't want to use that since we were out in the wilderness. Maybe this arrow or something. So I do have some orange there. That's good. Ooh. Okay, so I have this that maybe I could work in. Are there other orange ones in there? Looks like maybe I have a couple, so I'll look through there. Ooh. Orange plus sign and some dots. Are there any orange in these? It wasn't really summer, it was spring. Whatever that was, I used it already. There's another one on this day. Ooh, I could stamp on that. That might be kind of cool. We'll pull that out. There is some orange here. I don't know that I want to use those. I'll take them just to see. Oh, I don't know why this is there. What goes in it? Not these. It says Felicity Jane, but these are their own thing. There must be something floating around freely in there. All right, well, I'll start with that stuff and see if there's anything there that's usable. And if I don't find anything that I'm really happy with, then I'll go into my stash of normal stuff. I've made at least one decision so far, and that's in that I am going to use the far away shot just because I do think it gives a better sense of the vastness of this gorge in the river here. So I am going to use that. So at least I've made that choice. Then I was looking at these stickers with the orange. I kind of dig this one simply because I've got stripes here going the other way. If I use this, I have stripes going the opposite way. So it brings in the stripes, it brings in the color. I kind of like it, but I still want to see what else I have that might match with it, because like for instance, when you put these up to each other, this is a very dark orange, this is a very light or bright orange. They are not the same. So I'm not sure that I can get away with using both of those. That's a lot of orange in different hues, but you never know. So I went into my washi to see if there was anything that I could put under here, and I was mainly looking to match that orange. I don't have a lot of orange anyway, and what I did have, it's not this color. It's almost like a neon orange and a super pale orange. It's just not the right fit, so that's not going to happen. But I was looking at these stickers, and I'm wondering about using this word that says tourist, and I could go Columbia River Gorge, Oregon, tourist, which I was, and it's just the right size that it would fit pretty much edge to edge. And these are so big, like I love them, but I don't know how else I would use them, especially if I'm working with a width pretty much all the time that's 6 inches. That makes it tough. I'm wondering if I can somehow overlap that, still work in some orange there, and then I grabbed my packet here of just orange scraps. So I'm going to go through there and see if there's anything that looks like maybe it would be suited to this, and hopefully I find something. All right, well, I found this scrap of paper in my little bag over here, and I really dig it. I love that it's kind of weathered. It's got a little black in there, so that kind of goes with this. This is the other side, by the way. I think this is an old piece, maybe from Little Yellow Bicycle. Does anybody remember them? They are from years and years ago, and I had lots of their stuff for a long time because I love their designs. And this strikes me as maybe it was one of theirs. I'm going to use this side though, but I do like the idea of tucking it under there. I'd have to cut off a little bit and then having a white piece down here for journaling. I did look ahead to see, like, was there any way I could not have journaling here in case I was going to do it on the next couple layouts? I think maybe I won't. This might be the only opportunity I have to really talk about an overview of the gorge. So I think I'm going to have to put in a white piece for the journaling, just in the event it does not come later. I cut down that piece to make sure it was the right width. And originally I was also going to cut it to make this shorter so you wouldn't see as much of it, but I think I may have changed my mind. I'm really liking that orange peeking out. And then in my white scraps, I found this. I love to reuse as much as possible. And I think I could use this for my journaling and just tuck it under, but I'd have to cut this down. It's way too tall. So I think maybe to about here, keep the ripped edge. I like that because this is very wild and uneven territory here. So I think kind of using those together makes a nice motif, and you know, the mountains are rugged and everything. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I have my layering done here, and I think I want to position this so that that first cutout of the trees lines up with the yellow, with the orange, so that you can see just a hair of it peeking through, and then you get the rest down here. So I just have to peel off the backing and then it's ready to go. And ta-da! It is pretty much a perfect fit. I didn't really have to adjust anything there. So this part, super easy. Glad it worked out so well. This part I think is going to be harder, picking out stuff. Now, what did I do? There with these stickers, because this color is definitely closer to that than some of the other stuff I had. So I could still work that in somewhere over here, but I don't think it can just be that. I have to figure out something maybe for both photos, and maybe something up here and here, or the other way. Maybe down here and up here to make them sort of diagonal from each other. We'll see. I'll mess around with it, but I do still like the idea of that. This, obviously, I'm not going to use now. It's way too big. This is also probably too big for what I have going on here. Now, that one might not be so bad. I wonder if I could work that in down here. We'll see. I'm gonna consider that one. Still have these as well. And then, wasn't there another? Oh, no. It was this orange one that had the street rows on it. Yeah, so I don't want to use that one. It was the arrow I think I was considering. But yeah, I think those are all too big. The scale of them, I mean, I get why they do this. It's because there are 12 by 12 scrappers, and so this would be more appropriately sized. But for pocket scrappers, some of these are just so big, they're really hard to use. Like this thing, it's super cute. I love it. But the only way I could use that is like a 4 by 4 pocket or a 6 by 4. I mean, it's just too big for any other standard thing that I would do. When I was looking for things to add here, I thought, well, maybe I should be looking at this color as well. This is a little more almost a teal as opposed to this, which is more of a turquoise, maybe, but lighter. So I've got a strange mix of things happening there. But I found this sticker, part of this citrus twist sheet here, and it's pretty close. And I think it's not too far off from that. It would probably work, but I'm wondering if I should use that up here and then also combine that striped orange one I have in some way and actually use them together. Here's what I ended up doing with this photo. I did use the currently sticker. I also used the orange stripe, and then I decided just to put a little staple right through it. It went through just fine. So now that's done. And then I just have the bottom, and I thought about doing this, but when I held it up there, it's quite a bit lighter than these two, and I just felt like I didn't like it. And the fact that it had the little bubble down there, I'd have to put it kind of towards the bottom, and it felt weird. It would be better towards the top, and I just didn't like that positioning. So I'm not going to do that, but I am liking this little plus sign that I might just put it like right there to call attention to the sign, but still bring in a little bit of orange. I could also do it down here if I wanted, and I think that would be okay. So I'm going to decide which of those I like better, and then I'll put that on the photo. I decided to go with the plus sign right in the middle. I just felt like going for a visual triangle of the orange, it worked better there than if it had been over here. I'm not sure why, but for some reason my eye is telling me that's better. So all I really have to do now is just put it in the pocket. Make sure I really love it, because I could still pry that up and move it. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I think I like it there. So yay, here's another one finished for Portland. Thanks for watching.